Well, welcome back to Poor People Video. um, I want to show you something. This is a house with my primitive drawing. But what I want to focus on is the foundation. That's why the arrow's there. You know, when builders would build, when back in ancient times especially, and I don't know, I think they still do it if they use like cinder blocks and stuff, but what they would do is they would, you know, cut a block, make sure it's completely square, you know, and they would place it as the cornerstone, and to see if it was plumb, is what they called it, or rather level, they would, like some people would put water, you know, a bowl of water, and you know, put a bowl, pour the water in, and if it came up and it was level, you know, it didn't spill out, and didn't, you know, there were no, you couldn't see the sides, inside of the bowl, then, you know, it would be level. Or they would do it different ways with water. And then there were other people that would use what's called a plumb line, a plummet line, where it has like a pendulum at the end of a string, and they would use it to see if it was square, if it was level. It was used for building, basically. And why that's important is when they would lay the foundation, the first thing they would lay is that cornerstone, because it made sure that all of the other blocks, you know, of the foundation, which this is just a part, and again, forgive me, I'm not an artist, but it would be there, and the other blocks would go this way, these to the other corners, you know, and that would be the foundation. Now, sometimes when they build the second thing, the next cornerstone, depends, like some of them would stick it out some and put the builder's name or the face of, you know, Caesar, you know, or whoever, you know, whoever built it, maybe the year it was built, you know, and that's what the cornerstone, some of the things that the cornerstone the purpose, basically. But according to what I was shown, the temple on this cornerstone, when Solomon built it, he put a menorah on the cornerstone. Now, I want you to look at the arrows here. The reason it's important, the cornerstone, is because a cornerstone, when you look at a cornerstone, you visibly see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see 7 sides when it's put on the corner, which is important because the cornerstone, I think you've heard that scripture. Remember that fire? That fire tornado that the children of Israel was afraid of, and Father separated it into 7. This is the cornerstone he was talking about, that the builders rejected. They rejected his face. they rejected his presence. They rejected. When that scripture talks about the cornerstone the builders rejected, this is what it's talking about. Because the cornerstone of the temple is not the actual stone itself, but the presence of the Most High in it. And the temple cannot and will not be built without that, these spirits. And that's why it is written, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Most High. See, his spirit is what's going to build the temple. Anyone that builds a temple, it's going to be torn. Father will tear it down. He's going to tear it down. It cannot be built without these 7 spirits, without his presence back there in Jerusalem. In the temple. It cannot be built. And like I say, if it is built by someone else, he will destroy it. Because without his presence in it, it is nothing but a building. And because he is a very jealous Father, he'll tear it down. He'll tear it down.